Hi everyone, it's Mikhail. Today we have a very special guest, Preslav, as known as Never Play Slow and Fast Anti. He's over the board Amsterdam world champion for 2024. Please say hi, Preslav, for the audience.
Hello, guys. I am really happy to be part of this video. Thanks to Mikhail for this invitation. Yeah, I hope I will be very helpful with the games we are gonna analyze together. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you. Today we will be analyzing two very interesting games where I play as white. Okay, everyone. I've started my game with the real opening A4, and then we have C5 on board. Now there's a couple ways that I can go about it. I can play C4 here, which is it would be a C4 game, but I don't really like it because if I did play it, then maybe I will see an A5 and then maybe here and then he will go there, but I don't know what I would have done. I like to play C3 in this position just to keep it as a real opening scenario instead of converting it to a C4. What would you have done, Preslav, if I played C4?
Well, to be honest, I would either maybe go with A5 as you mentioned it, or just I would probably try to simplify it a bit with B5. Then maybe when you take with the C pawn, then bishop A6, pawn takes, knight takes, and yeah, we just get the symmetrical variation of the C pawn.
Yeah, that is quite true. If that variation would have happened, I would have simply played B4 and we would have having this variation on board. I believe now black might have done like queen, either queen A5 or queen C7. These are the most obvious moves for black here. Is that true, Priestov?
Yeah, exactly. I do agree.
Yeah, but that is not.
Like rook b8 is also like an option.
Yeah, we see sometimes rook b8 as well, but that is not the variation that we went with. What was played in the game is actually c3, and after that we see a b5 from black. So obviously I had to capture, and then there's like a couple of things that could have happened here. Obviously, the most common move is uh bishop a6, then knight, and then I would take with the pawn. But that is not something inside the mind of a world champion. He likes to play unpredicted moves, so he goes with a6, and after I take, he capture with the bishop, and then we have this variation right here. Um, yeah. Um, what would you like to see me do here, Priestov?
Well, I kind of expected queen a4, but a bit before that, I want to mention that you kind of surprised me with second move c3. So I really took some time figure out what position might happen. Yeah, you really surprised me with this move. So yeah, as you can guys see already on like move 5, I have spent like almost a minute and a half on my poke. But yeah, in the position you asked me, I expected queen a4 to be honest, and then maybe sacking the pieces on a3, which I'm not really sure.
Would you have taken with the pawn or with the rook? Because if you've taken with the pawn first, then the rook, it would have been fine.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, but I think I would probably keep the pawn. So maybe I'll first take with the rook so I can eventually promote with this pawn. And like I can see that your back rank is a bit like your pieces are undeveloped, so you might have eventually had some problems on the back rank. But also like I think my main drawback is the queen. But I think I can easily sacrifice it with either queen c7 or king b6 something. But yeah, you play bishop a3 here right away.
Yeah, that is true. I also want to mention something that if this variation would have happened, the one that you talked about, and let's say I played here and then you played there, and I played knight e2 and you promoted to a king. This is a problem for white here because the rook is pinned with the king. So white has to be very careful about what to play here. And most of the pieces are still kind of stuck. And black is simply now putting white in a zugzwang position. So it's not really ideal for white. But anyway, that's not the variation we see. We see we see this variation, and right now my pieces are undeveloped and black has the a pawn developed. There are a couple ways that I would go about it, but I first have to sack my queen so that I can get maybe my pawn uh and my knight, and then maybe go forward with this pawn and get my bishop here, and then we'll see some sacks here, and then get this pawn to promote to something. But obviously, Preslav would not let me do that, so I just went with queen c2. What are your thoughts here, Preslav?
After I faced queen c2, I think I objectively think it's like a decent move, but like yeah, on the one hand it's a decent move, but on the other hand, I think it doesn't do much because after black plays g6 and like yeah, this is the move I played. So we exchange the pieces on g6, and you still have to develop something. All of your pieces are just on their initial squares. So I think you still have the same problem you had before playing king c2. Maybe I would have gone for either queen a4 on move 10 instead of queen c2.
Move 10.
Yeah, yeah, where you played queen c2, maybe I would have gone for either queen a4 or would have pushed something like, I don't know, either e3 or maybe, I don't know, it's a bit hard to judge, but maybe also knight h3 was fine, or yeah. But for the time being, I would maybe prefer to keep my queen and just wait for black and see what they will do.
That is really deep thoughts here and really appreciated. The problem is that I forgot that I was playing with a world champion. Most people here would play c7 and trying to have that variation right here. Um, and that was I was hoping for, either this position right here or even just taking the queen right away. That's what I was hoping for, but you didn't do that and you played g6, which I was like, okay, I have lost. But
Yeah, actually, I want to add something which I just thought about. Yeah, after queen c2 and g6, before g6, you can see that all of my pieces aren't developed. But with g6, you kind of help me to like gain a tempo and develop at least one of my pieces. Whereas white still cast their pieces on their initial squares.
That is true, and it's a big disadvantage for white, of course. But anyway, after g6, I captured. Obviously, it's the only piece that needs to be captured, that is forced to be captured. And then after he captured with the f pawn. Here I was like I couldn't. There was I I didn't know what to do here. I mean, I did think about knight h3, but then I was thinking about this pawn also. So I wanted to play e3, hoping to eventually play bishop to get this pawn forced to move up. But he played bishop g7, and he really surprised me with that move. I mean, I couldn't. I was thinking about my own plan that I totally forgot about what his best options are. Um, but yeah, here it would be just here take, and then maybe here queen. Was that the plan, Preslav, or what was your plan here?
Yeah, more or less this was exactly my plan. But actually, where we played e3, it also really crossed my mind for a second. But then I noticed bishop g7. So I was thinking maybe e4 wasn't better for you instead of e3. No. On move 12, instead of playing e3, maybe just e4 right away.
Yeah,
And I would assume it's maybe I would have played b5 here, and more or less it looks like a draw to me, with maybe like a tiny slight advantage for black because of the a pawn. But more or less I think it's a draw because we have a very like symmetrical setup of the pieces, with the difference that I have this 8p pawn. But generally speaking, I would assume it's a very low position.
yeah, that is true. But you're a world champion, so I'm pretty sure I would have messed it up at some point. Okay, so that was not what happened in the game. So what happened in the game is that I did think about um he was gonna sack here and get that variation in, and I don't know. I did not think well of it, because right here it would have been a bad position for me. He was either gonna get this rook activated, or if I can't move my knight, it would have been an awful position. So I decided to play knight e2 here. That way, if he decided to sack here, I was going to take with the knight, and then there is no tempo that he can gain. And obviously, Preslav found that out, and he played uh, knight h6. Why did you play knight h6?
Yeah, first I really want to say that 92 was a very good move in my opinion. As you guys can see, I really use all my time thinking what to play after knight d2. I really think it was they are just insanely good move, knight e2. And actually, if you like go a bit behind, just before I played knight h6, yeah, you can see that Stockfish suggests king f7, and that's actually the move I was thinking about, but I really didn't think that it does anything, you know. So I really felt that I had to play like a sharp game on the king side. That's why I played knight h6 instead. But if you look at the engine, it shows it's a win for white. He made in 11, which is yeah, here a human to play d4. I don't think it's really human in my opinion. Even if white had a lot more time to consider what to do, I really don't think this is a this is an easy move to spot. I think knight h6 is decently good from a human point of view, because of course I saw g4. I really hoped for this sequence to happen. Yeah, exactly. Knight g4, rook g1, knight h2, rook g6. No, I would first take the bishop. Yeah, I would first take the bishop, and now king f1 hg, and I could see that I was already better in this sequence of moves. Yeah, so that's the reason why I played knight h6 overall. As I said, I was really down on time if you look at the clock. So I believe that knight h6 was more or less a sharp move, which required some precision from white. Yeah, but of course, if you look at the engine, just d4 wins on the spot, which is really crazy to me. I really don't see. You see, because I don't have a good square for my queen, but still I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's the reason, because now you threaten knight e6 or knight c6. And it seems there's no angle shape on this. Of course, I can play something like d6, but if you have knight f5, which wins for you on the spot, knight f5 just wins for you. Yeah. Bishop g2 and then e4, e5. No, e4, e5 as well.
Oh, to get the queen involved. Yeah. I really couldn't see that move, and even though I had 3 minutes on the clock, it was really hard to spot it, because that's I don't know, 3,000 move or something, 3,000 rated move. I'm only 2,300. But yeah,
Exactly. I really don't think it's any human can see this move, in my opinion.
Yeah, but after he played knight h6, obviously I did not see d4, and I did not want to wait for black to get a nicer setup and sack his bishop on d4. If he had played maybe e6 and then sagged here, I would have been in a bad position, because even if I took with the knight, then he has d5 and he would have taken here. And I mean, I think I would have got my knight taken eventually, but if he played...
I had queen c7 there. After knight e6, I had queen c7, then knight c7, knight g8.
Oh, queens.
We're for interrupting you, but yeah, you're right. My plan was exactly e6 here. If you didn't play knight c3, if I were white here, I would auto on knight c2 here. The move you played, yeah, it's the most natural one.
Yeah, so I had to do something about it and not let it go. So I did play knight c3, and after that captured, he did play knight g4. So after this sequence, Preslav, any human being here, since I played g1, would have either captured on f2 or e3, right?
Yes.
So, did you just want to get rid of my bishop? Was it annoying, or what was your train of thought here? I mean, obviously I did had bishop e2 so that I can get your this pawn involved, but I didn't do that. So why did you want it to take my bishop?
Yeah, so you asked me if I wanted to take your bishop because it was annoying. Yeah, well, I would say to a certain extent it was indeed annoying, but my main plan was just to open the H file, because now once I take your bishop, your rook is out of squares, you know. It's hidden behind the pawn, so you can't really play anywhere. I hope you understand what I mean. To take the pawn on h2, you can't go back to h1, for example, because you hit my h7 pawn. So yeah, even like I objectively speaking, I think I'm better here.
Yeah, that is true. You are better.
Pawns.
You are
I
better.
have a lot of pawns and only a king, whereas I have very mobile pieces. Like my next move is queen b8, because I can see that now because you control the g3 and f4 squares and also the b4 square, and like I can very easily sack most of my pawns, whereas like your pawns are a bit far behind compared to my pawn, for example.
Yeah, that is true. So that was a really perfect plan that you had. Um, um, like I did play King D2 here to try to get you to play A2, but that would be a rookie move, not by a world champion, of course. So after I took, you did play Queen B6. Did you just want to get rid of your queen and simplify the game?
Exactly. Yeah, I was also really down on time, so I couldn't really spot any other move that might be like a save option to gain some time back on the clock. Of course, I saw Rook A1 here, which is like the best move. The one you played like Queen B6. Yeah, I played Queen B6 and you played Rook A1. This is exactly what I ought about. So yeah, I really want to congratulate and seeing this move. Here, like yeah, I could see that we make some exchanges, but I couldn't really judge which side is better.
I think sorry to interrupt you, but I think I should have taken with the king here, don't you think?
Uh, I don't think it makes any difference because if you take with the king, I have king f7. So king f7 now, and you're first.
Oh, yeah, that is true. But in this game, I did take with the rook, and
Now we get a very similar plan with the black piece. It's just queen v8 chasing your rook, and even like when you move it away like the bit, I have king c7, which is kind of the same plan. It really resembles the plan we just look at if it had taken with the king on c3 on move. What is it? 21. I think we get a very similar. Yeah, and this position is like very similar to the one that was definitely taken with the king.
yeah, that is true. Obviously, maybe if I did, if you sacked your rook, if you did not have your rook, I was in a better position, but you forced me to sack mine, so you became in a better position. And now, even though you have like 4 pawns and I have 2, I don't know, like this pawn in the game, like I'm not really good at it. Like I could not calculate what to do here. Maybe I should have went ahead and played f4 so that to get your pieces, or I think you probably would have sacked on this files instead. Is that true?
Yeah, actually here I was thinking about Apple right away, but I think I would have sacked the central pawn, so e5 and d6. The reason is now I have my G and H pawns against your G pawn, and I have an extra rook, so maybe that's a draw from a human point of view, or maybe black has. I think the only chances the only winning chances that black has are if black starts chasing the white king with their king, can also like somehow also help with the rook. But generally speaking, I think this is a draw, to be honest. And the reason why, if you move back a bit, the reason why I wouldn't prefer to sack my G and H pawns here after F4 is because your H pawn is really close to promotion, like it's 2 squares away from promotion, whereas my D and E pawns, the central pawns, are still on their starting position. So I have a lot of way to go until I promote to something and gain more material. Yeah. I still think this might be a draw somehow, but I think it also might give you some chances because like your king is in front of the pawns, and at the same time you can easily gain some material with promoting the H pawn and then just probably come closer to my pawns. If you promote the king, let's say, yeah, you can come.
I think,
Sure.
yeah, I think Europe, and then I would have come out with a
It
king.
really matters, but yeah, just to show for the viewers what I mean. Yeah, so now you gain an extra thing, you gain some material, and now I think you can really help the G pawn keep promote to another king or something else. Whereas still my pawns are on their starting position, and I think you can easily just stop them in a way that I don't promote, or like even if I promote, you can just I don't see any good like sequence from my side here. I don't know. I'm a bit confused, but I also think it was a very deep like position.
Yeah.
So into. But yeah, I would definitely prefer to get rid of my central pawns in this setup, because now my pawns are against your pawn. And if you like start moving forward at some point. No, here you get G4.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, something like that. If I don't know, even like in this setup, it's hard. Here, but no, now you win.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you. No, it's fine. No worries. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get a position where you eventually hold your king and you remain only with the pawn. I completely understand your idea. Yeah, it's a bit hard to achieve such a position, I believe, but overall, I think, as I said, it's maybe a draw with some winning chances for black if white loses their king somehow, which I don't see.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do here, but obviously I was not thinking about my G pawn. I was thinking maybe if black can like somehow force the white king to sack itself, then obviously it would be a win for black. But I think, like you said, if it's a very strong player, it's probably gonna be a draw, especially if both players are low in time. But anyway, what happened in the game is that he black played king c7, and obviously I had to sack my rook, because if I didn't, then it would be an easy win for him, and then it would be here and there. So I did have to sacrifice my rook here, and I did not see the f4 pawn move first. I delayed it for some reason, and I played king c2, which achieves absolutely nothing. So sorry for the viewers about that. But anyway, obviously he cannot. Oh, sorry. He cannot play e5 because then I would sack here, there, and just get closer and sack my king. So he did move up his d pawn forward, and then I wanted to take his rook away, but he didn't. He wouldn't let me, and he played rook c8. So I was like, okay, let's just get over with it. And I wanted to get my pawn promoted to something else. And then he played e5, and then he wanted to get this one promoted. Obviously, the g pawn here will get both of his Stockfish here says g4. What do you think, Preslav?
Yeah, it's an interesting move. But I would. Wait, actually, did this happen in the game or is just like a sequence?
No. This is a sequence.
Yeah, here, like, maybe in a bullet game, black would just go for h5 and exchange the pawns, but I think I would really wait for white to go to g5, and then I sack h6, and then I can see that eventually when white promotes to a king on h8, the king is very stuck because of the g6 pawn. So white would have to like make 3 or 4 extra moves to get the h8 king centralized. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this g6 pawn really like helps black, even though it's really far away from promotion. But in this case, yeah, if white promotes to a king on h8, it's very helpful and beneficial.
Thank you very much for your input, Preslav. But what I did in the game was play e6, and he just went with d3. Stockfish here says take this pawn. But obviously there was no good moves here for me. Even if I decided to play here, take, and then here to get his rook, he was simply gonna take with the pawn, so it wouldn't really have mattered. But what happened in the game is that I played e6 and he played d3, and then after he played here, he played there. I was thinking about this move, but obviously I shouldn't have sacked here first, but that's what happened in the game, is that I sagged. But I was thinking about playing here first, not this move, on this move, but I think it would have been good, maybe. But he has rook e2, and once I take, he takes, and it's the same scenario, right, Preslav?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like hitting the pawn, like, you know, where you played e6 on move, what is it? Move 28, I think. Like king d6 is very funny. I don't know. It is just hilarious. Yeah, here, like, who's gonna play king d7 or king d6, the previous move?
Yeah.
To go
Yeah, that's
one move back. Like, who plays this? I don't know. I don't think it's a human move. Like king d7, someone should who play this.
yeah. This is definitely a computer move. Not a lot of people would see it, if anyone can see it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, next move where you played e8 promotion to a queen, yeah, it wasn't forced or something. It wasn't just necessary to take. I really think it was a mistake, because now you really get rid of your most opponent's pawn, and at the same time you still remain with your king and your g pawn, which is eventually very bad for you, as you can see it will go further in the game.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I think you had a good plan to like get rid of my D rook. Yeah, here king c2, but I think forgot about rook e1, which also like takes your king, and now you remain your g pawn. Yeah, if you play the move I played, yeah, this one, now you remain only with the pawn, and this is exactly like the position we played a couple of minutes ago, where I was trying to explain that when you promote your king on HA, the G6 pawn very more beneficial. But now I also have my king very close to this corner, which is also another very useful ease in this case. Like it really stops all promotions.
yeah, that is true. Pretty much. If Yeah, I resigned here because there was no need to continue. If I promoted to a king, he would play it here. I take, then I'm waiting move, take and take. If it's a bishop, then it would be here, take, and then just here and take. If I promoted to a knight, he would play here, take, waiting move, take, and then here take, and obviously a queen would be the same idea. So there was really no need to continue this game, but really good game, and it was a really interesting one by Preslav, the world champion.
Yeah, thank you very much for the congratulations. Yeah, I also think you played a very decent game here. Yeah, maybe with some, yeah, maybe you had some better moves and then gain, like, but they are just in particular positions. Yeah, overall very good game by you.
Thank you, Preslav. All right, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the game, and thank you very much for tuning in. And Preslav was amazing. Thank you very much, Preslav.
Yeah, thank you very much as well. Thank you very much for this invitation. I'm really happy to be part of the video. Yeah, I really hope that this game overall, like the commentary, was very beneficial and helpful to the viewers. And I really hope that with these videos together we can really popularize anti-chess worldwide, because I really believe that it's a very interesting variant once you start grasping the idea of it and you start getting some piece of knowledge in it. So yeah, that's our ultimate purpose, I believe.
Absolutely. It would be lovely to see more and more people joining the anti-chess community and just start playing. It's really fun game. Like once you start playing it, you will find it really funny, the rules and stuff, like how you are for some, like the first time I had to capture a king, I just laughed hilariously. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have the same laugh as well. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on. Take care and see you later.